So today I'm actually recording a video for one of my clients who reached out and said like, well, I can do it myself. Well, if you can, that's great, okay? But do you have a system that shows you all the available commercial spaces in one window all at once? For example, I want a space of at least 200 square meters for a store. Where are you gonna look? Where? Where to? Where to? Where to? Where are you gonna go? Everything's located in one place for us. The search and all the physical properties that have been built. If you want to rent an office, you need to know how many offices there are in total. There are two systems for this. The first one is Ajari. Right now, you can see 32,000 contracts on the screen. The average cost of these contracts is 20,000. The average area is 68 square meters. So here you can see the districts. For example, Deira, Business Bay, Burj Dubai, Al Hama, Sheikh Zayed Road. That is, we can see how many contracts there are in each district. Of course, the oldest district is Deira. Most of the offices are located here. Plus, we can see the distribution by year. Let me select even more. Let's choose how many years. I like that. You know, how many years could it be? Let's pick 15 years. 1.4 million contracts have been made. And here we can see the trend. Starting from 2011, somewhere around there, it gets active. 2010, we can see it. Contracts started being registered in EDZH in 2010. So starting from 2010, we can look at the last 15 years. Not good, not bad. Well, 15 years because that's what we selected, right? Okay, got it. And here we can see the change in the number of contracts, but Business B mostly dominates. Yeah, 7,800 contracts. What else do we see? We can see that there are... Let's pick the last year, meaning we're probably interested in contracts from the last 3 months. Let's say we want to look at the last 3 months. Suppose you want to open an office in Dubai, and let's say you need 10 employees. For 10 employees, you'll need about 70 square meters. Let's try to find an office for you with 70 square meters, and you have a budget of 100,000 dirhams. Let's see what we have in the system. 70,000. Searching for an office. So we are currently focusing on the process of renting, aren't we? Specifically, we are looking into renting a professional office space. First, we need to navigate to the menu and select the For Rent category from the options, and then we will proceed to carefully choose the subcategory labeled Completion for Rent to finalize our search criteria. The category is Office, or you can also select Office Space here. We select everything and set the square footage. Let's put 700 or maybe 800 as the minimum. Just like that. 800 square feet is about 70 square meters. Let's check now. Oh, well, office space probably isn't what we need. It's just some kind of office spot. Let's set some kind of minimum limit so it doesn't look completely unreasonable. Let's set 40,000 as the minimum. Let's pick the best property in Dubai right now if we're planning to open an office. Why do you need an office? An office is needed to build client trust and to have a presence in Dubai, of course. You could rent a place in Dubai, Silicon Oasis, or Azizi for 50,000 dirhams and just work from a virtual office, use a co-working space, or even just stay at home. We see 3,817 listings. Our goal is to find the best in the top neighborhoods. So the best areas to rent are Business Bay, The Greens, and JLT. You could also consider, I don't know, Sports City, Dubai Production City, the Internet City area, Business Bay, JLC. All right, let's leave it at that for now, yeah? Okay, what do we see here? Business Bay. The area here is 100 square meters, 40,000 in rent per year. That sounds like a great start, but what exactly are we going to require here in terms of office spaces and layouts? We really need to take the specific floor level into careful consideration. Let's pick something from the 10th floor and up. And in addition to that, furthermore, let's take a look overall. How many properties are there in Dubai right now? There are a total of 59,000 offices in Dubai. That's it. There aren't any more than that. Out of those 59,000 offices, currently available for rent are 32,000. Makes sense, right? So there's definitely about a 40% vacancy rate, right? So we found 787 properties starting from the 10th floor in the Business Bay area. We're not interested in properties that are way above our price range, so let's probably select price v market low to high. So here's an office, 50 square meters. Not that great, right? The client flats will come here. But to start with, hey, at least it's somewhere to sit, somewhere to work. Or maybe we can just pick the absolute minimum, probably. Yeah, let's go with the minimum. And let's set a limit of 100,000 dirhams. That actually looks really fantastic. So we'll set the limit to the maximum, or rather the minimum, right? Let's set the minimum at 800 per room. Let's see what kind of larger space we can get. Sort by high to low. In these locations, for 100,000 dirhams, well, of course, I'd like something cool with a beautiful view, like this one, for example, Prime Tower. Take a look. But honestly, isn't it weird, 6 dirhams per foot, considering we already have a rental rate? Let me show you now. Let's pick something in Business Bay. There's actually a lot more going on here. Accordingly, a rate for Esquire Foods. The average rate is 168. If you realize that the rate is $5 per foot, then most likely something's off. Something's not right. So, taking all of that into account, we'll skip that one. Fake price. Well, obviously it's fake. See, it's listed for 50,000, but who would give up that kind of space for 50,000 dirhams in rent, right? This is a prime location for your new home. Tower. A great, beautiful office. But here, it's unclear why it's listed, why this property is shown here, with an area of 12,340. Most likely, the actual area there is yeah, it's an office, but apparently, the price, yeah, but the area is different. Of course, the area listed here is incorrect. So where is it listed correctly? Let's set it to Price Care Foods now. High to low. Here, 113. Now this looks more realistic, yeah. $100,000. These offices, yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And you also need to consider how long it's been on the market, because 355 days, what are you expecting? You can choose up to 10 filters, including the listing duration. Let's pick around 95 days. You can go ahead and remove this item now. Duplicates. we get 57 listings, well, these kinds of listings, you can see it's 27% below market, but these offices, you can, yeah, pick whichever you want. It's up to you. You can export all of them with one click. You can save them as a search filter so you don't have to look for them every time. The system will search for listings for you automatically. These are below market, more or less. And you can export all of them with just one click, like this, to an Excel file. And set up monitoring. Insert all the offices accordingly. Less than 100,000 dirhams. As a direct result of this, it's been less than 90 days on the market. And that is all there is to it. This way, you get a selection pretty quickly using filters. You can save these filters for yourself, and with one click, set up monitoring for the offices, and the system will send them to you automatically. If you're an investor looking for properties, you can add these properties to your search. Wow, now we have notifications available. We work 24/7. Wow, that's awesome. Now investors have notifications too. Notifications when they get a request or a response. Now we have alerts that let you do this quickly and conveniently. Yeah. Let's take a look. Honestly, I really like the Opus building. Well, not exactly Opus, but yes. The Onyx building. Let's try to find something in Onyx. I like this building. Let's remove this filter. Onyx greens. Okay. All right, offices. Here we go. We can see everything. Just a few properties. The price per foot. Got it. We have, another price change. Check out this cool feature. You can see who changed the price for the office. It's been on the market for 121 days. Can't get rented out. That's normal rate. 4.6 million dirhams, right? The area square feet. We're getting 4,400, but wait a second, this is about buying, right? This isn't about renting, right? Let me double check. Yeah, for sale, for rent, obviously. You can buy an office for 4 to 6 million, that's about $1 million to $1.5 million. Here's the rental, here it is. Oh, you can see everything, this is the rental. See? 2,330 days. Who are they trying to fool? You can see it, yeah, there it is. The price per foot is 111 dirhams per foot, right? That's an interesting story. Yeah, interesting. 200,000 dirhams. Apartment 1793, 200,000 dirhams. The lowest amount in dirhams is, well, we're interested in the monthly rate, or actually the yearly rate. Well, 63,000 is possible, 430. This kind of office is pretty cool. You have to admit, it's convenient to search for yourself, right? Whether you're an investor or a broker. So if I'm an investor, I want to set up some kind of office. Let's try to pick an office. Up to 100,000 dirhams. Rain grains. We carefully select the best options. An office. Well, and for rent, I should have chosen for rent. Basically, office. Office, 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 office. Inside the main office, right over here. Office, office, office. Well, it's not really an office. It looks more like a home. Why did someone list this as an office? Tower A, but we need to select Tower B. This is an apartment. We need offices. There are residential and non-residential options. Actually, that's pretty cool. You could rent it for yourself, yeah, and for $63,000. $63,000 in United States dollars is exactly about 20 grand, right? 17,012. Actually, that's pretty cool. So you can easily rent yourself an apartment like this studio in this business district for $63,000. We're not really interested in a studio, but it's a cool studio, by the way. This is definitely a really cool and professional looking studio. It's got a TV right here. You can eat here. You can shower here. If it had a nice bathtub too, it would be just perfect. It's a bachelor pad, you know, kinda. Yeah, a bachelor pad. Bachelor setup, yeah. But we're interested in the office, right? Currently, there are a total of 363 items available for you to pick up directly from the main office in exactly 8 days from today, once the processing period has concluded. Yeah, let's check the deals in Onyx, see what the real deals are going for. Project Onyx, but that's in the Business Bay area. The Onyx, office type, we can see everything here. So the average rate is 281 dirhams per square foot per year. There were 236 contracts over the past year and 38 contracts in 2026. And here's the list of those contracts available here. Annual contracts start at, well, it depends on the size, right? So right now, we're saying that we understand there's an office at 113, then 148 dirhams to get in, and as we can see, the deals are pretty reasonable. Well, these properties here are definitely overpriced. These ones right here, you see? 375 days. Oops, they've been on the market for 8 days. 375, 363, for an office that's 1,033 square feet. That gives us 90 square feet. You can even choose. You can check here to see how much let's just pick 100. How much do properties like this rent for? Here you go. They rent for 290,000. Yeah, here is the price tag. 350,000. There's 376. There is. Wow. Yeah, there is. There is. Here you go. 290,000. That's pretty expensive. 375. 363 dirhams per square foot. But there are deals like this. You can see them, right? These are new contracts, just so you know, okay? That's why if you need help selecting commercial real estate, just follow the link and use it. It's really convenient.